One of the things that's really important is our parent community and tapping into that parent group. And I think that is an area that we do well and we will continue to expand. In Parkland School Division, we have a Council of School Councils. So in Alberta, there is a School Council Act and School Council regulation, and every school needs to have a school council. Historically, those were called parent councils. One of the things that we do that we're really proud of is we provide an opportunity for all of those school councils to send a representative through to a larger table where we can have conversations at a divisional level, similar to how they would have at the school level about driving things forward. And so while we have engagement days like today, where we bring a select group forward, we have a consistently held Council of School Council meetings where our trustees, our executive and administration can hear from parents and sit down and really grapple with some of those issues that come up.
Share ideas. So somebody may have a problem and have come up with a solution where another school council is having the same issue, so they can share their solutions or brainstorm of how to fix a solution, or just share ideas. It's really important. And then it's with administration as well. And the trustees also come to the meeting, so you get so much information from all aspects of the school division and school councils.
I think we have a really effective process for hearing parent voice. In Parkland School Division, we try to survey, we try to find other ways. But another thing that's really important is that every single conversation that a staff member has with a parent should drive our planning and consideration going forward. And all of that should find its way into our education plan and our way of being in Parkland School Division.
Let's talk for a minute about stakeholder engagement as it pertains to school divisions. The Alberta government has a system for schools to assess progress and demonstrate success. This process is called the Assurance Framework. Okay, so what is assurance? Well, an assurance process qualifies or captures stakeholder confidence. Right. How does an organization measure the sense of confidence that exists across all of the stakeholders? How can we begin to make sense of confidence as a measure? Assurance involves a process that completes the sentence. Stakeholders have trust and confidence that blank. Well, you can fill in that blank with any aspect of a school system. For instance, stakeholders have trust and confidence that students are safe at school. Stakeholders have trust and confidence that students are learning. Stakeholders have trust and confidence that financial decisions made by the Board of Trustees promote student success and well-being. Stakeholders have trust and confidence that diverse opportunities exist for students. And on, right? Any expectation within the system can be evaluated and reported to stakeholders through a confidence measure. Stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders in education? If we're going to determine confidence in the system, we need to think about whose confidence we're going to attempt to measure. At one of our system-wide engagement events, we asked the participants to consider the people who were involved in the success of school. Well, students, of course, they're at the center of everything we do. Parents, as the people who are first and foremost invested in the success of their children. All of the school people, of course, teachers, leaders, school administrators, all of the support staff, the superintendent and division office staff, school board trustees, bus drivers, of course, they are typically the first and last people that students interact with on any day. Was that it? Of course not when you think about it. What about Alberta Education and all of the staff that keep the larger system functioning? What about other government agencies that have an interest in looking out for the best interests of students? Community agencies, community members, the Chamber of Commerce, for instance, local businesses, local media, post-secondary institutions, the RCMP, Indigenous elders, chiefs and councils, volunteers and neighbors, extended family, and on and on. Well, how do we find out how confident our stakeholders are with the way our education system is operating. For this, we have to find ways to engage. So in brief, assurance as a process enables the division's Board of Trustees, the Superintendent's Executive Team, and the school administrative teams to truly listen to our stakeholders and consider the issues that are of greatest concern in light of changing trends in education. Effective strategic planning involves a consideration of both emerging trends and significant issues and the impact of each of these on student success and well-being. Notwithstanding our goals and strategies, the board and superintendent both demonstrate the importance of stakeholder engagement in revealing significant trends and issues that will continue to impact education. Let's think for a second about those things that are known and those things that are not known within a school or a school system from a stakeholder's perspective. Let's use the parent stakeholder, for instance. Ideally, there are known knowns. I know that this is true. There are, of course, known unknowns. In this case, the parent stakeholder is very aware of what they do not know. For instance, a parent may not desire to know the intricacies of every aspect of a student's learning, but does want to know if their children are successful and doing well. Then, of course, there are unknown knowns. In this case, others may have information about things for which the parent has no idea, or even may think to ask. For instance, how do fuel calculations work when the price of gas changes in student transportation? If you've ever caught yourself saying, I never thought about that, well, that's an unknown known on its way to becoming a known known. Finally, of course, there are unknown unknowns. A good example of this would be in January of 2020, we had no idea what was coming. Engagement events provide an opportunity to listen, but moreover, they provide an opportunity for learning for everyone who is involved. We move the unknowns into the known, and this is critically important when it comes to building a learning community. Let's review that again from the perspective of stakeholder engagements. Known knowns. In this case, we know what is to be known, and so there's little point engaging. And this is especially important to consider if the process involves asking the same question again, hoping for a different response. Known unknowns. These engagements occur when we do not know how a stakeholder will respond to a plan of action that we have. For instance, if we're going to change a school's boundary, we may not know what our stakeholders know about our considered plans, and we need to find out how they will respond. We know what we would like to do, we just don't know how the stakeholders will respond. Unknown knowns. Well, in this case, when we engage to reveal unknown knowns, we are seeking wisdom. An engagement to move unknown knowns to a known known happens every single time we reach out to community partners. Parents may, for instance, bring a concern to light for the jurisdiction, who then needs to find out more about the concern. And finally, we consistently have to unearth the unknown unknowns. In order to help bring unknown unknowns to light, we engage with general questions such as, tell us, what in your opinion is not working well? What in your opinion is working well? And what should we be doing in the future? How can we collaborate to figure this out together? As everyone's already experienced, we live in an increasingly digital age. When we think about assurance as a measure of confidence, social media can have a very strong impact on that confidence, for better or for worse. Let's think back to our knowns and unknowns. Schools are very often the subject and focus for social media. Individuals may think that they know something beyond a shadow of a doubt about their local school or school system. People may then form assumptions based on a unique individual experience. School councils provide an opportunity for parents to come together with school administration, staff, and trustees to discuss the topics that are relevant to stakeholders. School council meetings provide an opportunity to have those unknowns turned into knowns. For instance, what rationale did the board use to determine its fee structure for the year? Help us understand. Or, why has the division placed a focus on these schools for its upcoming capital plan? Or, what is the division's perspective and process for student assessment? A well-informed school council creates a sort of authenticity and transparency shield for schools. In this way, a strong assurance process enables success. Parents are well situated to respond to other parents when misperceptions happen. When parents are well informed, they can easily correct any false information by sharing the full range of considerations that went into making any decision. But engagements are far more than simply opportunities to get information. They are, more importantly, opportunities to shape the decisions being made. Why is engagement so important to Parkland School Division? We continue to work to establish a culture of engagement. Our vision is that our students possess the confidence, resilience, insight, and skills required to thrive in and positively impact the world. So how do we get there? We assure supportive learning environments, meaningful experiences, and healthy relationships that create opportunities to develop resilience, to gain diversity in perspectives, and to achieve enduring success. We value learning opportunities that are purposeful, essential, relevant, authentic, and responsive. We value excellence in achievement. We value trustworthy, respectful relationships, and we value resilience with self-awareness. Strong engagement processes provide assurance that trustworthy, respectful relationships exist. Our board, our superintendent, our school administrators, and our staff consistently attend to transparency and a deep desire to truly understand our stakeholders' perspectives. Every conversation moves us closer to our vision. We are truly grateful for our stakeholders, and we appreciate that they take the time with us to improve the experience of school for all of our students.
Parkland School Division, where the world opens up.